Well, Match's guys definitely knew what it meant to take one for the team, but boy, the way this one ended was really, really good.
Toriko, gourmet number 82, trash.
Well, hello, my brothers and sisters of the Nerd Nation. I, as always, am Jim, here to bring you another review on the awesome and action-packed, adventure-filled, sometimes crushing tale of Toriko. Now, our last chapter saw us, of course, with the battle between Barry Gamon and Match heating up. Match, and literally and figuratively, Barry has a natural advantage because he is able to heat himself with this antifreeze-like substance that he has that keeps him moving at full speed or at top speed, despite the 80 below zero temperatures and whatnot that they're experiencing. So at the end of the chapter, Match, of course, was like, listen, man, he has to go and focus and charge up his energy, and he needs about 3 minutes, before he can release it and hopefully take out this big bearded bastard. So anyway, that's how the chapter left off, and that's where the chapter picks up. Match's 3 cohorts, and I believe they're Rum, Shin, and Rui. I believe their names were, Rum, Shin, and Rui. Those 3 of his kind of mafia cohort guys, his underlings and whatnot, they're like, don't worry about it, leave it to us, And within the first few seconds of one coming at Barry, man, he just gets the side of his head crushed in, And this is a graphic, I think, it doesn't bother me, but this is a graphic tale to be a shonen manga. There's just gallons and pools of blood flying everywhere, man, and faces getting smashed in and dislocating this and this being ripped out. And it's cool and it's bloody and gruesome and I love it. But anyway, definitely not for the weak of stomach, But so as the chapter progresses, really what winds up happening is if you like the character Match, and if you like his underlings, if you like the good guys in this case, and you don't like Gourmet Corp, you don't like the bad guys, right? This is kind of a gut-wrenching chapter because during the course of the chapter, these 3 just get their shit smashed in. And no matter what they do to him, it doesn't do anything. Barry is he's a formidable opponent, and he's way above their level. Way above their pay grade. And during the course of the chapter, like I said, they just all get their shit smashed in. It actually gets to a point where he's defeated, or it looks like he's defeated all 3 of them. And he's like, you know what? Between the 3 of you, you only bought a minute and a half. And that's after, move after move that he does that winds up just crushing these guys, And then another one gets up, one of them gets up and comes back at him. One of them shoots that ice machine gun he has at point blank range. That does nothing to him. One of the other guys comes at him, I think Shin, comes at him, with his sword and goes to try to catch him off guard, wherever his sword just straight up shatters on him, And then, Barry goes and gives him this headbutt, and he just, headbutt, mince smash, or whatever, and it reminds me of, like, the Hulk, Hulk smash, just kind of a big, dumb animal. And this dude, as he's falling on the ground to keep himself from fainting, he stabs himself in the foot with his sword, right? And Barry's like, oh, you stabbed yourself in the foot to keep from fainting, it's not going to do any good anyway, right? Well, it winds up culminating during this whole shit show of a chapter, and I shouldn't say shit show, but it was just there was action, but all the action was like, the guys that you want to see do well, just getting pummeled, and like I said, just gruesome with blood flying from everywhere, and them just not doing very well at all. But what winds up, happening is that then all of a sudden, as all 3 of them have fallen, and the last one's like, don't let us die for nothing, in vain, that type of thing, Match goes and he's all charged up and ready to go, and he's like, the 3 minutes are up. And then there's this great double-page spread as he goes and comes at Barry, And I love this shit. So he gives him the 3 minutes are up. He's about to charge at him. And first he's just sort of chilling. He's just got this chill look on him, but he's about to release all of his energy that he's been building up. And then all of a sudden, man, I love this. Just a beautifully drawn, you got the volcano. You've got just him just crazy fast, just runs right through Barry. You can see it all in the double-page spread there. And again, the visual presentation of this, the art is just, it's next level for detail-wise. Detail and shading in depth is especially hard to do in black and white. Absolutely beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Well, anyway, so he winds up going and, goes through him, and then Barry's like, what the hell, my armor, And then he's like, and I love this, he's just like, yeah, you never bothered to ask me there, big fella. what my sword was made of. We know from you talking and monologuing that, that the crushed turtle is what your armor is made of, but what's my sword made of, right? He goes, my sword is actually made from the fangs of the, he refers to it as, it's a sea dragon, or sea dragon, and his sword is actually called the Dragon King. But it's made from the fang of that, which is supposedly, I guess these things hunt crushed turtles just like for the fun of it. So, and obviously, bite through their shells to take them out and to kill them and eat them as food. So, in essence, it's really neat because Barry's armor he thought was indestructible, but yet the weapon that Match has is obviously one that can cut through anything in the world. That's how he puts it or whatever. So, and it's just slick when you go and you actually see the weapon and everything like that, and you see that it's called the. He goes and he holds the sword out and everything, and he says, "Oh yeah, and my sword is called the Dragon King," right? So then you go and you see Barry, and Barry's just got this just like this, oh shit, right? And then he's just like, you cut me right through the armor? And that's when he hits him up with, shows him the Dragon King and everything like that. And then at the end of it, I love this, filthy scum, Dragon King single slice. Yeah, you're the only garbage around here. And this is after Barry got finished with that, he's like, oh yeah, it's pieces of trash, grab some trash bags, throw them out to the curb. He was just talking shit the whole time, so it was just so satisfying to see him get split from his forehead to his nutsack and everything in between. At least that's what it looks like over here, man. Dude is just, well, he's got his back, I guess, to him, technically. Yeah, it's a bag. I'm sorry, it's drawn kind of smaller in the background. And that last shot over there, his matches past him and whatnot, as he just... First of all, Barry was, like, freaked out by the speed, but Match released everything that he had into one single blow, and it was kind of one of those all-or-nothing type deals. If I don't get this, I'm done for, right? Because he didn't got time or energy to go and charge back up and whatnot. But I really liked it, though, man. How forehead to nutsack just split. And Barry's just like, what? How could you defeat me? The reason I really enjoyed both of these battles, both this one and the one between Takamaru and Bogey, was because, Toriko said, several chapters back, straight up, these guys are outmatched. They're outclassed, Match and Takamaru. So this is definitely a case of these guys rising to the occasion. These guys really going and taking it to the next level. Cranking it up to 11, that sort of thing, as opposed to just going and packing it up and being like, there's no way I can beat these guys. They're stronger than me, And that's what I like. I like to see that sort of thing. I'm one that likes to root for the underdog. And obviously, if it's just such a crazy gap in power, it's unbelievable. Komatsu, you wouldn't picture Komatsu going and beating Tommy Rod or one of the vice chefs or something like that, unless, of course, it was with some sort of trickery using his brains because he's very smart. But I'm just talking about physical strength and whatnot. When you see a huge gap, then it's unbelievable. But I don't think the gap was that great to begin with. I think that, yes, I think the Gourmet Corp, I think number one, they were overconfident. I think that was one of the downfalls. That's one of the downfalls usually on the losing side of things is that someone goes in, whether it be a boxer or a wrestler or whatever, they go in overconfident. They go in like, oh, nobody's been able to beat me yet, and then they size somebody up just based on their looks or or just kind of write them off based on what they've heard about them. And I really think that's what Bogey as well as Barry did, is that they just they didn't take into consideration that Match and Takamaru, might be fighting for something, other than whatever the hell it is that draws them. I don't know if it's just the gourmet food, if it's the pay, or if it's just, the head chef that that scares the hell out of them, Kuramoto or whatever. But the point is that it was really cool to see these two go and rise to the occasion, and do well. And I really enjoyed both battles. So, presuming this one is over now, I don't know. That's how it looks anyway. That's how the chapter ends off, though, of course. So my chapter question for you, brothers and sisters, is ultimately, what are your thoughts on the fight between Match and Barry, as well as how Match went about taking down Barry? I kind of liked how he got Barry to give all this information about his stuff and his armor and his strengths and his powers, right? But he never once went and, said like, hey, I got the Dragon King, dude. This thing will cut through anything. I just need the proper speed and energy to release it to actually catch up with you. So anyway, answer the question if you feel like it. Leave your answer to that question in the comments down below. Feel free to hit the thumbs up, the like button if you think that I deserve it, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. We will look forward to catching all of you in the next Fun Nation.
Remember to follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, as well as my other channel,